are back again. Boy, it has been crazy because if you're new to RVing, you'll find this out. And we still don't have our RV. We named her Haven, but she's still out.
Still out. 6 weeks and counting.
So, broken again. Actually, technically, she's not broken. We're just waiting for a major repair. A defect.
A little front end separation.
Yes. So anyway, this is lingering on longer than we thought. And we thought, okay, well, what is the most or one of the most Googled things out there? And it's what can I do close to home? And then we started thinking about, do you remember, I don't know, maybe it was 5 years ago, one summer, we decided to do day excursions.
Yes, I remember we went to day excursions, went to a number of cool places.
Yes, so we went around our state and we saw all of these things that we really didn't know about, and we did the day excursion. It was great. So we thought, okay, instead of getting down about this, that we really can't use our RV right now, we do have trips planned. We're super excited. Right. But what can we do? So we'll do local things that to get us ready for our trip, keep us fit, keep us healthy, keep us positive. So with the shortage of parts, the delays,
supply chain delays,
delays in shipping, this may be a little bit longer. I'm going to start making some more phone calls this week. But in this video, we are going to show you basically what we do to stay positive, as well as what we do when we do RV. We're just doing it from home. And if you stick to the end, which we want you to stick through to the end, stay tuned for a DIY. We love to do do-it-yourself projects, and we've become pretty handy with it. And this is a really inexpensive way to haul our toys. So we'll show you what that looks like. And I would call that, yeah, we like nice things, but we're frugal. We don't like to waste money. We really look at value for what we get. So our first activity is hiking. I love to hike. Do you love to hike?
I like to hike. Love is another word I would not. I like to hike.
We've been married for almost 32 years, and I knew that, but I had to stop because sometimes things change, right? Sometimes we tend to grow into love with things that we didn't really care about in the beginning. But hiking is my thing. And on that note, just want to give a little shout out. One of our children is not feeling well, and so hey, because they're going to tune in to this video, and hope you're feeling better. As well as her husband, and just wanted to say hello. But back to hiking, we always bring our backpacks. We fill up with water. We've got our hiking boots, REI, and a garage sale. So with REI, I had to mention that because I do love hiking, but I like value. And with that, Paul's going to tell you just REI garage sale, what that is, what we discovered, because you might never have heard of it.
Right, an REI garage sale. We have an REI not close to us, but close enough we can make a hour plus drive to it. And it's where they have all their returns back and certain things on sale that they're discontinuing, but it's really about all the things that were returned.
Okay, so check out REI, check out the sales, and check out any kind of thrift stores too. They have great stuff. And now we're going to zip on to our latest hiking excursion day.
Yes, we were in South Carolina, Yellow Branch Falls in South Carolina. Had a great trip. It was pretty easy. Not the easiest one, not paved paths, little rocky, but the path was wide enough. No Angel Falls here.
Oh, and I was going to say it did
Angel's Landing, excuse me.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, it was not that. They did have a sign that said poisonous snakes, and we're used to seeing snakes in the South. However, I was surprised. I did see a copperhead. We went off the beaten path where we were allowed to go down to the river to check out the view, and Paul stepped over one of the rocks, and I was right behind him, and sure enough, it was in late morning, so a copperhead, a rather larger one, slithered by, and I just stopped and said, you know what, I'm good. I'm going to go back this way. I don't know if there's another one coming. So those signs are there for a reason, and just copperheads really won't do anything unless you step on them. But you want to be aware.
And we're used to seeing snakes here. Just recently saw a great big one in the back. So.
Oh yeah, but that was just a rat snake and a king snake.
Yeah, just a black rat snake.
Those are fine. They're non-venomous.
A big black rat snake.
Oh, it's not going to bite you unless you bother it. So. And you don't. The hike was pretty cool. It was not that crowded, and I would say that it was fairly easy footing, some roots, but not a lot of rocks to step over. But there was this super cool place where it had the waterfall, and as the water's coming down, it was misting, and you could go down and stand. I don't know. It was probably 100 yards in front of it, but you could go down, and all this mist is blowing over you. And it got really cool all of a sudden. I mean, it felt like it had dropped 10 degrees. It was definitely an amazing day excursion. So we highly recommend those. You want to say anything else about that particular one?
About that hike? No, nothing else to say. Now, I know you went on one recently with one of our daughters.
Yeah. Just did another day excursion. That one, it was okay. It was very shaded, which we specifically chose. You had some sort of a view, but it was through the trees. We have some pictures of that. You'll see a picture of a mine shaft. And so when we went there, and we'll show you the name of basically the reserve, the park that we went to. And you can see some interesting things like that. That was far less crowded. However, it was during the week with the summers out, students and teachers being out for the summer. But definitely worth doing. It was a great time to kind of get out there and practice, and that's what I would be doing RVing. So again, we're trying to kind of be like, hey, we don't have our RV, but let's be positive and pretend as if
we still don't have our RV.
Yes. And if you like what you're hearing and seeing, please don't forget to subscribe, because we need that so that we can have new features and do different things and bring them to you. We're learning, and we want to make connections with you and hear about your experiences. So the other activity that we've been doing is, and we talked a little bit about on our YouTube channel, is cycling. So Paul is super into cycling and has been doing it for quite a while. And you want to say anything about that specifically? What kind of?
Probably do about 120, 150 miles a week. So usually do 250 miles to 30 miles. That's gone up a little bit as we get Jamie into training to get ready for our trip up to the Northeast. So we can do a little bit of biking around Acadia National Park and do the carriage roads. So just trying to get her stamina up so that she will enjoy it as much as I will.
Yeah, my work schedule didn't allow for all of that and training, and so, but I've decided to kind of really get in there, and so I'm up to about 22 miles and try to do it 3 times a week and give myself about a week and a half before I add another 5. So I'm thinking another 3 weeks I'll be up to 30. Just did 22 the other day for the first time. That was great, easy peasy. Love hills, not easy to do, but I love them. But we have been cycling, and that was another day excursion. And we like to go out. You can also stop at like really cool coffee shops, meet other cyclists. It's a great way to connect with people. I've met some other people who like to cycle, and I might be going on a group ride this week and just getting ready. And these are things that we bring with our RV and do when we're RVing. So we're going to show some footage about what we did. Was that yesterday? Yesterday.
Some of the easy places to get to that aren't too far away that you can see kind of out in the country and enjoying life and enjoying the scenery and the barking dogs.
Yeah, we find it's a great way to get out to see the RV campground, and a lot of times what we do and what we'll continue to do is take our bikes out or walk, and we'll make note of, hey, how does the lot that we chose differ from all of the other lots that are available, and then we'll kind of keep track of, for the future and for friends who are RVing, where we want to stay next time, because some have better views, some are buddy sites. A buddy site is when two of you can stay together and have like a common area, which is pretty cool. But that's really if you know the people and you want to share that. Otherwise, I like to have my bubble in my space when we're actually at our RV. But with the cycling, we're going to show you some great farmland. There's probably a couple of pictures of farmhouses just out there, and it was beautiful. It was overcast. You're getting out there, you're doing the ride, you're seeing other riders. It's also really cool to kind of get past your fear mindset. For me, fear is just a mind killer. And
fear is the mind killer.
Yeah, any of those who remember that movie, Dune. But anyway, I grew up skiing, and my big fear before starting training this year was going down the hills on busy roads with cars without using brakes. And one of the women I am working with was telling me, how stable the bike is, how to kind of work it. And Paul also reminded me that because I grew up skiing, he's like, why are you afraid of this? And
she skis black diamonds.
So
I'm afraid going down a hill on a bike and you're skiing black diamonds.
So when I'm going down the hill now, I think, okay, it's just like skiing. I'm skiing. That's all I'm doing. And now I've gotten to the point where I can do that. So now I'm working on curves and stuff. So our whole thing, again, with RVing is just a better life every day. Getting out there, connecting with others who like to do similar things. We want to age well and be fit. And so this is a way that we can do it. And
we did make a DIY kayak and bike holder, and it's awesome. It consists of 2x2s and angle brackets, a couple of cuts.
And super cool, super easy to use, and I love deals, right? Because that money can go somewhere else. And is now the time?
Sure.
Okay, so we promised in our last video, and we had a conversation before this, like, no, it's not the right time because we don't have Haven.
We don't have our RV because it's in the shop.
Yeah, and we named her Haven. I just wanted to have a name. Why? Do you remember why named her Haven?
Yes.
And?
Because it is our haven away from home.
Yeah. So, and then our truck, I had to name our truck too. So our truck's name is Forrest.
Run, Forrest, run.
No, it's not Run, Forrest.
Run, Forrest, run.
I love that movie. But it's life is a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. You're going to get hard times, good times, etc. But it's your perspective. So it's Forrest and Haven. And no, we don't have her, but we'll get her back. This is what we chose. Ta-da!
There is a not close replica of our Airstream.
Well, you can't get exact. I mean, this is a Christmas tree ornament and was a gift to us. And so anyway,
it was a gift to my wife from me.
Yes, it was, and I love this. I actually keep this out all the time because I think it's so cute. But anyway, we did end up, we knew we wanted an Airstream because this is a once-in-a-lifetime purchase for us. We plan to keep this forever in our lifetime and hopefully pass it down to our family. And the other thing is they hold their value, just really like them. And it works really well for our super large giant breed dogs. And that was the big thing. And we could haul it, so it made sense. Anyway, love it. We'll get her out of the shop, and we'll be set to go. We've got trips planned, and we're so excited. We're in training. We're going to do lots of them at Acadia hikes to show you those. We're training for next year, going out west, Utah. And so, woohoo! Really excited.
Yes, we are.
So please stay with us and subscribe, and let's hear from you. We want to connect. This is the whole reason for doing this, me keeping up my technology skills and connecting, and just getting out there with other people who are interested in a better life every day.
Please leave your comments, like, and subscribe.
So have a great one. Put your best foot forward and connect with others and share the joy. Bye.
Bye-bye.